And welcome to a brand new episode in the series in which we celebrate Diana Ross and her incredible talent, and more specifically in her live stage appearances, because Diana Ross live on stage is like nothing else you've ever seen. There's magic, there's energy, there's excitement, and there's a lot of love. And when you see Diana Ross on stage, you feel as though she is singing for you specifically and you alone. And so here, there are two duets, if you will, with probably two of the most important people in Diana Ross's life. One, obviously, her daughter, Rhonda, who is the cutest little child. She's a baby in this video, because when she arrives to see her mommy, and you can tell that, you know, she is unbothered by all of this fabulous glamour, by this beauty, by this star that everyone has come to see. And she's actually looking at the audience, and really you can tell that she's wondering, what are you all here to take my mommy away from me? And she is so cute. And she actually sings a little bit, and she's a real baby, but it's so funny to see her very first steps on a stage. And now she is a very famous jazz singer, and she looks so much like her mom, and it's just incredible. But she's so adorable. So I wanted to show you this. This is the Royal Albert Hall in London, 1974, and it's the same tour that she did, a European tour, where I showed you last week when she got mauled by that French fan. So here it's an English audience. The English are much more polite, much more reserved, but they adore Diana Ross. She is the household name. So let's just watch this video because it's just so precious. Just going to pause right here before the real song begins. Diana Ross is wearing the candy cane gown, red, white stripes, and it has a matching jacket, dinner jacket that goes with it, which she wore in the Paris show, because it was probably one of the gowns that she was wearing on that tour. And it's very beautiful. Now, all of this is not sequins. They are glass beads, which we call rain beads. So they're like little baguettes, you know, they look like little macaronis, very tiny, and they're sewn lengthwise or diagonal, but one next to the other, one by one. It's an extremely tedious job, and of course extremely expensive, and it makes for very heavy clothes. But the shine is incomparable, because it really looks like the outfit is wet, or as they say, like it's raining. And it's just absolutely magnificent. And at the end of the show, she comes back with the coat, which is all beautiful ostrich feather in pure white. Now, this is the coat that she's also wearing in the movie Mahogany, in the fashion segment, and that famous photograph where she's wearing just you just see it around her neck, and she has the beaded beret. It's that coat, and it's beautifully beautifully made because they are actual boas, long strands of feather, about 2 meters each, and then they're left to not sewn on actual fabric, so they kind of flow into just tails, and so it moves absolutely beautiful. When she raises her arms, it's like a bird. But this is also a very, very specific English tradition, which was launched by Dorothy Squires, which was the queen of English songstresses between the 50s to the mid 70s, and then Shirley Bassey, who is also one of the staples of English music, and she's also recognized worldwide. And they always do this, which is they sing an entire show in one gown, and at the end, for the final applause and the final curtain call, they come back in the duster or the evening coat, which is always extremely elaborate, very, very made with feathers, sequins, shine, lamé. Just Shirley Bassey's are always lined in silver or gold, and they come and finish, you know, the last bows in that coat. And it's very funny because Diana Ross, if you know, usually starts with one of those big coats, and it wasn't until 1981 where she really always made her last entrances in the tulle coats, and which she's been wearing ever since in all the different colors. She has it in red and black and white, of course. But it's very interesting that in England she has this, you know, this incredible appearance in the coat. Had she seen Shirley Bassey or Dorothy Squires? Who knows? But she's absolutely stunning. Let's continue, because here comes the another star that's going to steal the show.
I love you. I love me, oh baby. I love you. I love you. This is my baby, Rhonda. Hi, baby. Give a moment. I love you all very much. And if you need me, call me.
Isn't that the most precious moment in concert? She is just incredible. And look at what everything Diana Ross has to take into account. She has her baby in her arms, in front of a huge audience, and you don't know what's going to happen. Is she going to cry? Is she going to? And she's got the coat, and this is the very last song of the concert. Do you listen how clear her voice is, how high it goes for that song, I Love You, and the energy that she has. And she's holding her baby, she's got a flower bouquet, and she's throwing out gardenias, and Rhonda is so cute because she wants to keep the gardenias and her mother has to pull them off. The orchestra, huge orchestra conducted by Gil Askey, who also plays the trumpet, is just amazing. And in this show you can see how much he loves Diana Ross, loves working with her, and how he protects her, and the incredible musicians that are here. The sound, it must have been fantastic. Just an unbelievable performance for such a young artist. This is early in her career, definitely as a solo artist, but she has so much acquired, so much with the Supremes and all of her touring, and she's just absolutely adorable. And Rhonda, who can't say love, so she says I you too. She's so cute. I mean, those eyes, and she's just looking around, and it's so charming because in her eyes, she is seeing mommy. There's all the glamour, all the glitz, all the talent, all the fame doesn't bother her one bit. Just like we, as fans are touched by all of this achievement. It's just her mom. And if she did nothing, it would be the same. The love for her mother is just absolutely wonderful. Now, because we are in London, I'm going to show you a clip talking about Diana Ross, but not of Diana Ross, because in and around this time where you see it, but between 68 and 78, there was a television show called the Black and White Minstrel Show, which was the #1 television show on the BBC in Britain. And it was a kind of a Lawrence Welk, if anybody remembers, show where you had the dancers, that did their little song and dance routine, very old-fashioned. And the specificity of that show was that all the women were, cute little girls in skimpy outfits, but all the men were dancers in blackface, and the minstrel, and it was absolutely normal, and it was a beloved show. I mean, it had 15 million viewers at one time, and at one time they were doing the London Palladium, a variety performance, and on that same bill was Diana Ross with the Supremes. And this is one of the artists, one of the dancers, who tells his adventure, his story, upon meeting Diana Ross. And it's really very compelling. And it's a piece of history that we must see to understand how people thought there was nothing wrong with that, and didn't understand that it could offend anyone. And it took someone like Diana Ross, with her fame and power, for these people to say, oh my God, it is a problem. And you'll tell me what you think, but this man still doesn't seem to really quite grasp the gravity of what he was participating in.
We didn't really think much of it until we did a Royal Variety performance at the London Palladium. And it was in the early 70s or late 60s, when Diana Ross and the Supremes were right at the top. And we're doing a dress rehearsal, and we're all in our makeup and everything, and we're all excited that Diana Ross and the Supremes, I mean, we were thrilled to be on the same bill. Of course, we're all stood on the side of the stage and sat in the audience, and Diana Ross and the Supremes came on to do their rehearsal, and she spotted us and refused to carry on until we'd completely cleared the auditorium and the stage. And as we left, she gave the Black Power salute, which the fact that she gave the Black Power salute upset me, and I was going to go on to talk to her, and Keith Leggett, the head boy, pulled me back and stopped me doing it.
This is an unbelievable story. This is an entire documentary on this specific show, and it's incredible how so many people at the head of this organization and the head of the BBC and the producers had no idea that they were doing something wrong, and a lot of the people in England, because it was a very, very viewed show, 12, 15 million viewers, and it's so interesting to see that this man has no idea that he's doing something wrong. He doesn't understand why Diana Ross is so upset and so hurt, and that she refuses to work on the same stage as them. And he doesn't understand. As he says, I was hurt. I wanted to go and talk to her. He would have regretted that, I'm sure. Let's finish with a little bit of lightness and joy. And this is the second duet that I wanted to share with you, because Diana Ross is going to perform with a man who is seconds away from becoming a universal phenomenon, from becoming the most famous person in the world, and from breaking every single record. Now, right here at that moment, he is doing Off the Wall, and he's famous, and he's already something big, but it's not Thriller yet, but the genius is right there. So to share the stage with this man, you got to be pretty sure of your talent, because this could just take the show in a second. But this man is not only a genius, but he also is the greatest admirer of Diana Ross, and there is so much sharing between the two, so much love, admiration, and so much complicity for both of them. They're just together. It's just incredible. And of course, Diana Ross is at the genesis of the talent of Michael Jackson. She is his major inspiration. And it surprises no one that, the greatest talent in the world is inspired by Diana Ross. And this is I think to me, the most incredible duet that they've ever done.
Can I get somebody to dance with me? Michael, would you come on? Upside down, you're turning me. Feel the love. Come on now, with Jerry down. Come on now. Yeah. Upside down, you're turning me. You feel the love instinctively. Round and around, you're turning me. I say, watch out. Yeah. Upside down. Yeah. 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 Oh. Round and around, you're turning me. I say, upside down, you're turning me. Give it love instinctively. Upside down. Come on. Upside down. Woo. Yeah, you turn me. Woo. I love you. I love you. I'm learning.
What can you say about this? Is this not a moment in time of absolute pure show business magic? It just incredible. Now, again, this dress is the same bead, the same rain beads that you saw on the other one. So all in white, and you can tell that she's kicking the train, because every time you step on that dress, you break, the heel steps and breaks the glass from those beads, and then the whole row goes away. I have one of those dresses, and when it happens and you step, no matter what sound is playing, no matter how noisy the room is, you hear it. It goes right through you from the heel up to your ears. And I hear money, because it's so expensive to have rebeaded and these gowns. It's just so magnificent. The way she's working that gown, and the way she brings on Michael, the dance steps that he does. And if you hear her singing, the way she picks up the song, upside down, you turn me, you're giving love instinctively. And then he takes, upside down, it's just magic. And she gives him the microphone, runs and dances on the stage. And she's just enjoying. She has Michael Jackson singing to her so that she can enjoy and dance like if she was in Studio 54. And the audience goes crazy. And she is just so beautiful. I always say that she's at the height of her beauty, but she always is. And it's so sweet that he says, I love you to her so many times. And you can tell that even though he's on this stage and he's done it a million times, he's kind of shy. It's not his stage, it's Diana Ross, and he's so respectful. And he says, I love you, and she says, I'm learning. How Diana Ross is learning. What can she learn? It's so cute that she recognizes that when she's next to him, the dance moves, I'm learning. And it's so adorable. And they share such chemistry together. Is just absolutely beautiful. So with this, I wanted to thank you again, all of you, for making this channel 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. And I will see you next week with another Diana Ross magics. I love you all. Thank you. And I'll see you next week. And I love you. Bye-bye.